Hello everybody. So, I had some recording issues with this video. I will explain the concept of the video and everything. Just know things are messed up, and I'm going to explain why after I explain the concept. Alright, so think of like an acrostic poem where you have like something like balls or something, and then it's like B stands for boy, A stands for animal or something like, you know that. I'm doing that with my name and NFL players. So JeffDoopers, JeffDoopers. I forgot how to spell my own name. I did that for NFL players, and I made a team out of it. So, starting off with J, we got our quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Needs no introductions, former MVP. He's kind of losing it a little bit, but I have unfortunate confidence that he'll be back as a great player. He's a 99 overall player because I thought I was recording and my PlayStation decided, no, you are not recording. I have revoked your recording privileges. And so all of the overalls or stuff are after like a year of progression. So Lamar, he's like a 96, 94 overall, I think. Over the season, he's progressed to a 97 overall and is +2 with morale. And our first E of our two E's is a wide receiver, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, needs no introduction as well. Mike Evans, the definition of consistency. So good. One of my favorite players in the NFL. He's great. And for our first of two F's, we have Minkah Fitzpatrick. Great safety. Not the best in the league no matter what they say. Very good player though. From Pittsburgh. He's a good player. I'm excited to have him on the team, and it seems like he did pretty well. Our second F isn't as good, but he's still a good player. He was one of the lower overalls of this entire team when we traded for him, or got him at the beginning of the season. It's Trey Flowers from the Detroit Lions. Good player. I wasn't that excited to get him. It's just that he is the second best player, where his last name begins with an F. I did not do first names, by the way. I did pure last names. So that is why I have Lamar Jackson instead of Patrick Mahomes for my P. That sounds kind of weird. But we ignore how weird that sounds. Trey Flower, it was kind of just like I settled for him. There was probably a couple other players I could have gotten, but I just kind of settled for Trey Flowers. But here's a player that I definitely did not just settle for. The best player in football, in my opinion, is Aaron Donald. There was no other consideration when I was thinking about who to do for the D. Ignore how weird that one sounds as well. There was no other consideration. I didn't even consider a different player. I didn't think of a different player. He was the first name I wrote down when I was doing my little acrostic poem for who I was doing for my players. Aaron Donald was the easy selection. For my O's are really hard. Like, barely anybody in the NFL's last name begins with an O. I was scrolled through the rosters, or I went to the NFL thing by roster. I did this if you didn't know what I was talking about. I did this, I scrolled through all the names, I just spoiled one of my picks. Ignore it. Let it be a big surprise at the end. But I did that, and only two players I found in this entire list their last name began with an O. So it was like barely anybody. And that other player is on defense. It's Ed Oliver. Very young player. He can still do a lot in the NFL, but he was the second worst player on the entire tab of NFL players. It only went down to an 81, and that was where Ed Oliver was. He was the second to last, I think, just above Josh Allen, which is actually criminal that Josh Allen, the defensive end on the Jaguars, that I think Josh Allen, the quarterback, is like an 88 or something. But yeah, the fact that Josh Allen is that low is criminal. But he's not on the team, so he doesn't matter. Ed Oliver, he's here. He's just kind of here, just out of pure lack of options. But up next, we got Patrick Peterson from the Cardinals in this game, but in real life, he's on the Vikings. He's a lockdown corner, very good. He's pretty much a legend. I don't know. I don't know if you'd consider him a legend. He's been a very good player for a pretty long time. I'll say that. and he's who I got for the P instead of Patrick Mahomes. I did get a Patrick. It's just Patrick Peterson, a lockdown corner, who I'm still pretty happy about. And for our second E, I got Ezekiel Elliott. I don't think he is an X factor in this game. Usually, he might be, but he's insane in Madden. You can say what you want about him in real life, how he's overpaid and all that, but he is absolutely insane in Madden. You would know if you played any franchise or even went online and played head to head against Cowboys players. He is insane in Madden. In real life, it's a bit of a different story. He's been regressing, as everybody loves to point out. But yeah, still a good player. On the other side of Patrick Peterson, we have our R, and it's Jalen Ramsey, who I think most people agree is the best corner in the entire NFL. I tried not to duplicate teams, but when it's Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, I have a hard time turning that down. Jalen Ramsey, in my opinion, yeah, he is the best corner in the NFL. Absolutely locked down. He's great. And the final one for our S at the end of JeffDoopers is the pick that I kind of already spoiled. Is Mitchell Schwartz. Great right tackle, the best in the game. He's, I think, the second best offensive lineman in the game behind Zach Martin and maybe Quentin Nelson, but I couldn't get either of those guys, so we have Mitchell Schwartz to help out among the offensive line, to help Lamar Jackson have time to throw to Mike Evans, and give Zeke a little something to run behind. So here is a look at the team. If they... well, what I tried to do was I did the entire season, so a lot of them are progressed. But to fill out the positions, like the little holes in the team, I went for like from around 76 overall to an 80 overall. But as you can see here, like J.C. Treader, Brian Winters, and John Ross, they all developed in something, so they're like low 80s. So it's still not that huge of a deal. But they're kind of just like base players to just fill out the team. I did the same thing on defense. Jesse Bates, who's a 79 in the game, which is absolutely criminal. Since the season has already gone on, I won't spoil our record yet, but let's just check out some of the stats. Lamar Jackson went pretty insane. He threw for a ton of yards, had a pretty dang good interception to touchdown ratio, a great QB rating, just pretty good. Ezekiel Elliott was absolutely insane, as I predicted he was. Lamar didn't take off as much, but let's focus on Zeke a bit more. 261 carries, 0 fumbles, nearly 1,600 yards, 22 touchdowns, which is, I think, just shy of the record. No, I'm thinking of the receiving touchdowns record set by Randy Moss, which is 23. I can't really think of what the rushing one would be. But 60 yards per carry, that's insane. Mike Evans keeps his 1,000-yard streak going, hitting 1,000 yards in 1,007 yards. Just barely getting it. He threw on 9 touchdowns. John Ross almost had 1,000. Greg Olsen almost had 1,000. Zeke even had a couple in there. Just great. Defense wasn't as insane. Aaron Donald, he got double-digit sacks, which is great. We didn't get that many interceptions. Jordan Hicks led the team. Minka had 2. I think I looked at Josh Bynes. Trey Flowers, he somehow ended up getting 1. Patrick Peterson and Jalen Ramsey each had 1. The defense didn't do as much as I want, but they still got the record that they did, which I'll reveal right now. But before I do that, we had the #1 offense in the league and the 5th defense in the league. So the defense still did insane. It just wasn't that great in terms of like big numbers and sacks or big numbers in interceptions. Ended up going 13-3, winning the entire conference and getting the bye week. Drew Brees ended up getting MVP as Ezekiel Elliott landed 3rd. Lamar Jackson landed 7th. And I ended up getting Coach of the Year. Thank you, it's an honor, but it might actually not mean that much considering Matt Nagy is number 2. And as I stopped to check my recording, we beat the Browns in the divisional round. As I said, we won the conference, so we skipped the wild card round. Cleveland put up a decent fight, but it ended up being a pretty good blowout as our offense just completely dominated. Lamar Jackson doing pretty well. 4 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Outdoing Baker Mayfield's 4 touchdowns to 1 interception. And of course, you can't leave out that Zeke went absolutely insane as well. But now we finally get into the new content. As we face the 10-6 Patriots in the AFC Conference Championship. Alright, we head into the AFC Championship. I am like slightly nervous as we head into Super Sim, and we will play if we need to. Alright, our first drive ends in a field goal, and they immediately jump off to a lead. We turn the ball over and they are running away with it. We score a field goal. Our defense cannot stop them, as they score a lot right before half. Alright, we're jumping in. We're getting a low lead. We have the ball. Alright, we have the ball in the red zone. Lamar Jackson takes the snap here anytime now. And we hand it off to Zeke. Of course, we're trying to drain that clock. And they're going to call one more timeout. I think that's their last one. That is indeed their last timeout. It's 2nd and 8. We have won the AFC Championship. Let's go. Oh, Zeke almost takes it for the 7 or 6. And considering we're not named the Seattle Seahawks, we might hand it off. Alright, so we're not going to pass it. So we're just going to take the knee. And as the final whistle blows, we win in a bit of a close one. That definitely got me excited a bit. We were down, and we definitely had to have a little comeback. Lamar Jackson kind of gets outperformed, but Zeke again goes off. It is time for the Super Bowl as we play the MVP Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Ooh, the Saints are a higher overall than us too. That's interesting. Is it just me, or do their uniforms look weird? It's like they're more yellow. They're like more mustard than usual. Am I wrong? Like, is that the lighting, or... They get ball first, but we score first. And we are off on a run. They will score, though. They'll tie it up. They'll get ball again. We'll score, though, but right before halftime, they get safety. What is happening? Alright, we're running away. We are absolutely running away. They're going to make it like a last-second effort, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Alright, we have ball again. Am I wrong? That looks more mustardy than usual. Like, not mustardy. Maybe that's not what color I'm looking for, but, like, different. Alright. And they burned their last time out. It's 3rd and 1. Maybe they get the ball back one more time if Zeke doesn't get it. I don't think he does. I don't think he got that. 4th and inches. We're going to force Cincinnati to kick a field goal and give y'all, like, 40 seconds to score 20 points. Randy Bullock. I definitely don't miss him on my team. I am so thankful for Kick Pearson. The field goal is up and it's good.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bengals 44.
Alright, and kickoff. I doubt we get anything magical. Okay, I do want to see this defense though. I do want to see Aaron Donald and Trey Flowers and Jalen Ramsey and Minka go off. And Drew Brees' final snaps as well of his career, or Madden career, whatever. And oh, a dime right on Jalen Ramsey's head. Remember, they don't have any. They don't have any timeouts. And Aaron Donald is going right after him, and I think that's Von Bell. Is that Von Bell? 24 on Cincinnati. I think that's Von Bell. He swats it down. Almost gets the interception. And oh, Jalen Ramsey is able to break that up. Drew Brees throwing 3 interceptions this game. You have to wonder if he doesn't throw those if they win. And it's thrown right in the middle of coverage. It's 4th down. This could be the very last time Drew Brees throws a football in the NFL. And it's thrown right to number 24. That's Von Bell, as I said. Von Bell, the former Saint, ends Drew Brees' career, assuming he retires. What a sad way to go down. Drew Brees throwing his last pass of his career, his 4th interception of the night, compared to Lamar Jackson going off with 4 touchdowns again. Because I think he threw 4 against the Browns in the divisional round. They take the knee, and the clock will run down as the JeffDoopers team has won the Super Bowl. And Cincinnati wins the Super Bowl. That's like a low plus. Oh, that feels good. Stop showing them being sad. Show my boys being happy. Oh, that looks good. I love that. Oh, feels good. I did absolutely nothing but talk and build this team. But it feels good to know that I have formed a team, a Super Bowl winning team, just by using my name. Not even my real name. Doopers isn't my last name. I know, it's shocking. I wonder if there's a Doopers out there. There has to be a Doopers out there, right? What a great highlight they're showing there. Oh, that's a great pass. But I don't know why Von Bell was out there so much, but he played amazing from what I saw. He had a pass breakup, a different pass breakup if that's it right there. I don't know. The Saints put up a great fight, but they were no match for the Super Bowl MVP, Lamar Jackson. Wow, now only for Ravens fans if Lamar could win a playoff game in real life. Has he won a playoff game in real life? I don't know if he has. Did he beat the Titans once? I think he beat the Titans once. But yeah, that's Jordan Hicks up there with them. He shouldn't be, but he is, with that Mike Evans, Ezekiel Elliott, and Lamar Jackson, the great trio. That really should be Aaron Donald up there with Hicks. Instead of Hicks, I mean. But anyway, that's going to be the video. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.